Acquiring a new limited edition Ferrari involves a rigorous application process for an exclusive financial asset class. You can't simply walk into a dealership and write a check for a hypercar. This decision tree maps the gatekeeping. A normal luxury car is a straight path left. A Ferrari is a maze on the right. Dealerships act as border guards, scrutinizing your driving habits and engineering appreciation. Net worth is a prerequisite. Passion gets you through. Even if you navigate that maze and secure a standard entry-level model, you immediately face heavy depreciation. A brand new Ferrari typically loses 15 to 30% of its value in the first 3 years. Then the hidden carrying costs kick in. You need climate-controlled storage. Insurers view these as high-risk assets, charging up to $15,000 annually. Add in specialized maintenance, and those extra costs can tack on 40 to 60% to the original purchase price over 5 years. Why would any rational individual subject themselves to this financial drain and a grueling behavioral gauntlet just to buy a car? Wealthy individuals pay this entry toll into Ferrari's client relationship program to secure access to the highly appreciating hypercars that appear years later. Joining the brand shifts your status from a consumer to a scrutinized applicant in a long-term investment game. The first mandatory step of this program requires you to purchase standard series models, like the Roma or the 296. Look at this quadrant chart mapping effort and capital against asset yield. Standard entry models sit in the bottom left quadrant, high capital input for a negative yield. That heavy depreciation hit is an accepted, calculated sacrifice to prove your loyalty. During this phase, the dealership actively monitors your behavior. They track your service records, verify the miles you drive, and note whether you show up to official Ferrari events. Buyers also find strategic advantages in utilizing Ferrari financial services to finance the vehicle, even if they have the cash on hand. Utilizing Ferrari's in-house lending speeds up the vetting process and establishes a direct financial link with the factory. This relationship provides specific perks, like the ability to pause payments during the winter months when the car is in storage. The massive depreciation and hidden carrying costs of entry-level models are calculated expenses. This is the mandatory tuition paid to enter the lucrative Ferrari ecosystem. Once securing the car, the operational reality sets in. You must submit to strict brand guidelines to maintain your standing in the client relationship program. Break these rules, and you land on the infamous blacklist. The fastest route there is flipping your car during an embargo period to make a quick profit. You also face strict rules regarding modifications. Any alteration to the car, engine tuning, aftermarket body kits, or swapping out the badges requires direct factory approval. Justin Bieber learned this the hard way. By making unapproved modifications and selling the car without permission, he lost his right to purchase new Ferraris. This is the exact type of blue wrap and aesthetic alteration that triggers the blacklist. Ferrari considers their cars rolling art, fiercely protecting its presentation. Enzo Ferrari himself laid down a foundational rule that still holds today. No customer, regardless of their wealth or status, is permitted to paint their vehicle pink, rose, or salmon. Lose the brand's favor, and your exclusive access to their cars vanishes immediately. There is absolutely no appeal process for the infamous Ferrari blacklist. This ego serves a strict business logic. These rules aggressively protect Ferrari's secondary market from speculators and unauthorized flippers, keeping prices stable and exclusive. Maintaining a Ferrari requires surrendering traditional property rights. You do not operate in a vacuum. You act as a heavily monitored brand ambassador. Now, look at what happens when a buyer successfully navigates this program, purchases multiple vehicles, and obeys every behavioral rule over several years. Returning to our quadrant chart, a new point appears in the top right corner, the VIP hypercars. This represents massive capital input, but it delivers a high positive yield. This is the ultimate reward, a direct allocation for a strictly limited-run hypercar, like the 799-unit F80, or this LaFerrari. These vehicles represent the absolute pinnacle of exclusive engineering, and the factory strictly controls who gets to buy them. True enthusiasts with a proven ownership history, like Chef Gordon Ramsay, are hand-picked for these allocations. Mere celebrity status is entirely irrelevant to the decision. The financial upside is massive. A LaFerrari originally purchased for $1.4 million routinely commands upwards of $3.8 million on the secondary market. Enzo Ferrari stated his strategy clearly: always deliver one car less than the market demands. That philosophy serves as the primary engine driving immediate asset appreciation. The VIP payoff takes a multi-year string of depreciating luxury purchases and turns them into a highly appreciating asset class available nowhere else. Let's pivot from the individual buyer to look at the overarching corporate result of this aggressive gatekeeping. This bar chart comparing EBITDA margins tells the corporate story. Ferrari towers over the industry at an exceptional 38.8%. Contrast that with the single-digit margins of mass-market manufacturers, or even direct competitors like Porsche. Artificial scarcity and rigid behavioral rules protect this massive profit moat, allowing Ferrari to thrive despite deliberately capping their production volume. How should you navigate this ecosystem based on your personal goals and available capital? This scorecard breaks down your two main purchase pathways: the experience buyer on the left and the legacy collector on the right. If you are an experience buyer focused on the drive and mindful of your budget, you should target the certified pre-owned market. Ensure you get full factory service records and the verified paper trail of provenance. This route delivers the Italian driving heritage while bypassing the massive initial depreciation hit and the stress of the dealer vetting process. The trade-off is that you will never be offered a limited edition allocation. If you choose the legacy collector path, you must commit fully to the relationship program. You will tie up millions in capital over a decade and rigidly follow every modification rule the factory sets. The legacy collector trades traditional owner autonomy for the privilege of participating in a highly lucrative club. Ultimately, buying a Ferrari serves as a license to participate in the world's most tightly controlled automotive economy.